Good morning, Anne. How are you?
Hey Matt, I'm good. How are you?
I am doing great. It's a Friday, and shit's getting done. So I'm always in a good mood when that happens.
Same.
Um,
I'm in a very much get shit done mood today too.
the we had a conversation before, which was when you're a small business and you're trying to get a little bit more virality on social media, and we're kind of grinding it out with either videos or posts. We also had the conversation. We also kind of brought up, what does it mean when you look at like follower counts or other vanity metrics
hmm
that you feel are important, but are they truly important? And I think a lot of this goes into conspiracy theories because there's no Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube don't disclose their algorithms.
Correct.
Now, X does, but I mean they're a whole different piece anyway. But like
hmm
the main top three, they don't disclose how that works, and it changes all the time.
Yep.
So what's your opinion on that? Right? We talked about like, okay, you look at this account, they have 20,000 followers, but they get like 200 views on a video. So what does
Yeah.
that really mean?
I love this. Great. Okay. I actually just had a conversation about this yesterday with my new social media content creator partner who I just hired for my speaking business. I'm so excited. We were just talking about this. And I actually think the more followers you have, the more of a responsibility you have to make engaging content that gets high level of engagement, because there are two avenues that I see. One, there are a lot of accounts that have bought followers and they're bots, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so if you purchase followers and you go in and you see 200 views and likes on a video and they have 20,000, it's clearly there's a disconnect.
Well,
But
hold on. That's not always true, though. I know. I used in 2022. We worked
Mhm,
with over 100 influencers,
mhm.
and I would say more than 90% of them, they don't work anymore. And they had legitimate people working. Yeah, I don't know what the ratio of bot, if there's a ratio of bots for their follower accounts, but we would post a video and like an hour later, just get flooded with engagement. That can't. I mean, we don't, and we look at it. It wasn't like the typical BS engagement. Some of it
Yeah,
was, but
yeah,
it was like, okay, these are target audience. This is perfect, and
right.
that's why we kept doing it. But now they don't work anymore, but they still got the high follower count.
Mhm.
So I
Interesting.
don't think it's
That
always
was
true
the
that
second
it's just,
topic I was going to talk about. It was either if you have low engagement and high follower count, it's either that you purchased your followers and their bot accounts, or you have or had a high follower account from years and years of organic growth. And now the algorithms might not be showing your videos to much of your audience at all. I mean, I've even heard on Instagram, your organic content that you post, if you're lucky, is maybe being shown to 5%, maybe 10% of your follower audience,
yes.
which is so shitty because
Is
your
it?
followers can't even find your stuff unless they go up to the tab to look at follower content.
No, no, no. Is it though? Like what? All it tells you is great. You don't have to look at followers anymore.
Right, but if you follow them, you want their content.
That's not true. We talked about this before. That when we follow people, we're bookmarking their ideas for a later time, right?
Sometimes, but sometimes you're actually following people that you want to see their content every day. But
When you're
you can
looking at
add
a
them to a
feed, when
favorite.
you're looking at a feed, and the average person might be only viewing, it's ephemeral, but like we'll say they're
20
just for
minutes.
in 10 minutes pieces. They're only going to see so many new things,
Right.
and it's like if you're following, say, 500 people, and we'll say they all post frequently. What should the algorithm show you?
Your highest engaged accounts. So the ones that you like or share constantly.
And it does do that. And it
Yes.
does do that.
And also you can favorite an account so that you always see it.
But that's going like above. That's going
It's
into
going
the
above and beyond.
super subscriber mode, right? Which
Yeah.
that's a
So what we were talking about yesterday, me and this content creator, is the follower okay, so the followers that you have on your account actually matter outside of the algorithms more in the real world. So let's say for me. I'm growing
Yes.
my speaking business. I want to go speak. So it's more of a letter of reference. So when they go Google me
Yes.
or look me up on my channels, the higher the follower count I have, that's validation that I have been creating content that's of value, or I have, a larger audience that they can capitalize on when they book me for an event, because then I'm going to share that event with my follower base. So they view it as more impressions for advertising. But in the algorithms, in the channels, I actually don't believe that many people are even going to your account anymore if they see a reel or an ad or you pop up in their flow just organically. They're just going to like that video, and you can click follow right there from that post or that reel. You don't even have to click into the account anymore to follow. So I don't even think people are looking. A lot of times, I don't think they're looking at your account to even see your followers. I think if they see a good piece of content that gets their attention, like what you and I said, they're clicking follow on that content to bookmark it for later. So that you might start to flow in their feed a little bit more. But I don't
Mhm.
even think within the app and within the algorithm, people are even looking at your account to see your followers. I don't think they care. But I think where they do care is outside of the apps and the algorithms, and it's more of a resume. So now I view audience sizes as a resume if you are trying to book a job, right? If you're talent,
Yeah.
if you're entertainment, if you're a speaker, and it's like your letter of reference to say this many people follow me and like what I have to say, that's really the time that it matters. So in a way, I'm now going to question you back and say, in this time and this age of algorithms and what it shows, is it actually valuable to then purchase followers to inflate your follower count, even if your engagement
I
is
think I think you pretty much nailed it, which is it only matters outside the real world. So for a company like mine, follower count means nothing because we make our money through people watching the videos and being interested, and they Google us. They don't even
engagement?
bother clicking the link in bio anymore. I don't know why that
No,
trend failed, but it used to work
nobody likes
really
link
well.
in bios. That's very much
That's so weird. I find it so weird. It's like, but
changed.
I guess it makes kind of sense, I guess. But because I
Yeah,
don't really click it in either, but
yeah,
still, it used to work. But anyway, people just Google us. They don't even care really what account it came from. If the content's engaging,
yeah,
that's what they care about. They'll comment. So
yeah.
we value a comment very, very high. So when we
Uh-huh.
get a post a video and it's like an agency owner comment on the video, that means more to us than the views
Yeah,
because that means it reached the target audience. It reached someone that we were really trying to target. And that's the hardest piece.
yes,
The follower count, even the view count in that context doesn't really matter for us.
right.
We have one video that has 26,000 views on TikTok that we posted recently. It's a trash video though. It's like, and like the comments are really bad too. And
Oh,
but it's like, it can get high views. And we
mhm.
got like 30 followers from it. We
Interesting.
didn't even do, they're not even followers from our target audience, but they just bring it in there.
Interesting.
So it's like that's why it doesn't matter. Like I don't want for a company like ChipBot, I don't want to spend my time on numbers that actually don't really lead to revenue.
Right.
We're a lean company, right? So it's not like we're a high ticket product. So we
Mhm.
can't afford to wait to spend money on the luxuries. I think follower count is a luxury. And
Yeah.
we're not in that business to figure that out. We're in the business of saying if we're going to use social media to make money, a video needs to just reach the target audience. It doesn't
Right.
need to go viral. It just needs to reach the audience. And
Yeah.
that's my only singular goal.
Yeah. And in my business, in a way, I am contemplating how to inflate my follower count so that my follower count looks like I'm reaching a lot of people. Here's why. This is why. This is the ethical explanation of why I'm talking about potentially buying followers, only because my content organically has a very high level of engagement. A lot of my videos that I haven't even paid to boost, they're just organic posted content, have
Mm-hmm.
double to triple to quadruple the amount of views and engagement and likes and reshares on them than I have followers. So I have like 1,200 followers. I have 1,100 followers. And a lot of my videos, if they hit, it depends on the time of day I post them, will easily get 2,000 to 4,000 views. And so that's telling me something. My content is of higher quality because that's how Meta decides how much to air it. And it's obviously outside of my follower base. So I have high engagement and I have low follower count. So
Let me, I have a strong opinion on this. Two points. One, just from a logical end, social media knows that if you inflate your follower count, they're from bots.
yes,
So how do you think your video distribution is going to get impacted from that?
right.
So you have to make a conscious decision. Do you just not care about views and just only the follower count?
Yeah,
If that's true, then go ahead, do it.
right.
If you care about distribution, I wouldn't want to play with fire on that
Yeah,
because you burn your whole handle and you have to restart from the beginning.
I know. I know. And then my question too, is it ever, if you do something that is oops and you're getting suppressed or you've fucked up your algorithm,
Restart.
is there a time period on that same account that they
No.
reset?
You don't know. Well, you don't know. They're not going to tell you.
I know.
So you restart. Why would you waste time?
Yeah.
The second point I have is I think ethically, I would really advise not doing it because I think ethically it shows where your moral standards are.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we're in a world where if you follow the rules, you are not rewarded. But
Right.
there are a few things that people inflate. And we see this with website building.
Mm-hmm.
When you visit a website and it says how many customers they have, we see that number inflated a lot from other folks. Like this business just started. I don't see any presence online. It's like they can't have 10,000 signups. It's like impossible,
Exactly.
right? People who inflate their ratings.
Yes.
Like that's why I always tell them, look at our Trustpilot. Don't even go visit our website. Visit our Trustpilot and see what real people are saying.
Yeah.
A lot of other businesses don't link it. They just put a random 4.5 star count. 10,000 people liked it. Fake profile pictures,
Mm-hmm.
right? I think buying followers is in the same realm.
Yep.
Because you are trying to, not you, but the concept of it is trying to convince someone otherwise that you are legitimate.
Exactly.
And do you want that person to find out later that you are not legitimate?
Right.
Or not based on those facts?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know what drives me nuts? Who's in that camp? There's a ton ever since I've switched over to being a speaker, that was a CEO and a founder. Like all of those titles are like just so kitschy. These magazine publisher, journal people just constantly stalk me on social media and LinkedIn and want to get me the cover story or the spread or the article. And I fell for one of them, and this is how I learned my lesson. It was a beautiful spread, and the cover was great, and the story was amazing. But at the same time, you are paying for fake publicity in a way. It's not earned, but also they all have social media accounts that are falsely inflated. So they have 60, 100K.
They have to, because there's an image. You have to
and
pay.
the random person who doesn't know a whole lot about social sees that, they go, oh, great, I'm going to air, my piece is going to be published to this page with all of these viewers, but most of them are bots. They get 100, maybe 200 likes or views on all of their posts. So that it's obviously falsely inflated, but the way that I view them would be if you falsely inflated it, the way that I would view myself. So obviously I'm not going to do it. The other way I was going to talk about increasing follower count that has worked wonders for me is boosting my organic content. So it's not an ad, a social media ad. It's literally just paying to boost an organic post that did really well. And when Fix and Form did manage social media accounts, this was part of our philosophy. We would tell clients, look at the last week and the analytics of what was posted, and then look at the piece of content that performed the highest, or go a month in review and look at the piece of content that organically had the most engagement with it. And that's going to be a high quality piece of content for your brand and your audience. And then go ahead and boost that for the next 2 weeks.
Which I think ethically that is in the gray area, but it's fine because it's approved by social media. So
all boosting does, I actually view it as highly ethical, because all boosting does is you're paying the platform, which sucks, you have to pay for it, to show your piece of content to more people in the demographic base that you can create. So you can either automatically choose their recommendation, which is like all of the other follower accounts that you have, or you can create your own. And I've loved creating my own. So I've been messing around with that a bit more just to kind of test out who my
Right.
new audience is going to be, who now that I'm breaking into this different environment of my thought leadership brand, it's a different person. So in January, I tested this target audience to boost a campaign. And I put, you could put all of the interests that they have, and then of course the age and the demographics of it. And the interests were, of course, like the gym, working out, health and wellness, therapy, self-development, books. And so I started doing all of these interested in of who would like to really see my thought leadership content. It was the most fire boosted campaign I have ever seen. Like literally, I think I boosted for 7 days and spent maybe $15 a day. It wasn't astronomical. And I think I acquired from that boost like over 75 new followers.
Yeah.
Because it was getting finally, like I feel like I finally got to the right group of people. And so I don't view that as paying for followers.
Sometimes you have to audit those followers.
I do. Yeah. A lot of them were gym rats. A lot of them were like accounts that were very much into health and wellness and like lifting. And a lot of them were 6 to 20 to 30,000 plus follower accounts that were really established and had some really good engagement that were following back. So I felt like they weren't like the spammy. Some of them.
Yeah, that's good then. Yeah, if you validated it, then it's good.
A third were like half of the spammy bot looking ones that you're like, this isn't a real account. So you could tell what they were showing it to. But I think once you play around with it a bit more, it's just reach. You're paying for more reach. You're paying for airtime.
I disagree. I've done through those boosted posts all the time, and I reach people and I get new followers, but they're not the target audience, even though I put in all the targeting. Well, here's the difference. We're a B2B company, and then plus we're in a niche of like, you got to be in the website world. So if you think about the total possible audiences that you can target from the algorithm, it's really hard to narrow that down.
Yeah.
Versus like gym, it's like already a third of the population you got covered. It's easy.
Yeah.
Right. So it's different. I think it matters on who you're targeting too.
Yep.
Everything you're saying is like, those are easy targets. It also means it's easier for someone else too. But I think that makes sense for boosted posts. For us, there's no point boosting posts unless I want to artificially increase view count from a certain video.
I see.
But there's no benefit. I don't get a benefit, so I don't do that.
Because for you, if it's not converting to a customer,
it's wasting money. It's literally just a money black hole. And for a vanity metric, that doesn't. I mean, it gives a little credibility if someone's on the page, but it's not enough to make a sale.
Well, but my question is this, which we don't know because they don't share the algorithms with us. But when a piece of content has a higher view count, whether it was organic or boosted, does then the algorithm start to share it more widely?
No, organic only.
Are you sure?
100%.
How do you know that?
Because we test this all the time. When we have so in the algorithms, most of them do the same thing. There are buckets you have to pass. So for example, there's a 200 to 1200. We'll say for, I know TikTok's really well, 200 to 800. You have to get to an 800 view with a decent retention rate throughout the video to pass that bucket. The next bucket is the same bucket, but increase view count.
Gotcha.
Which is like 20, it's like 1200 to 2000, 2500. Then the next bucket is view counts plus engagement. So you got to pass these buckets. If you pass the buckets and you do it in even a shorter amount of time, you get sent to the moon.
Yeah.
But if you can't pass the buckets or pass it in the right amount of time, it won't happen.
I feel like Instagram's is probably it's 500 views because I get little things now that says, congratulations, your reel got 500 views and it was organic. And then it's like, congratulations, your video got 1,000.
No, those notifications are not based on the algorithm. Those are notifications based from other people working on Instagram that says, let's increase user retention. Yeah. No, the algorithms are totally different, and they do change frequently. Those badges is nothing. You'll know. So we post every other day. So every other day, we actually can see we can actually predict when things will pass up. So like, for example, on YouTube, we get, if we post it and it gets 300 to 500 views within the hour, that's immediately a 1,200 view video.
Interesting.
Immediately, because we know the next bucket.
Yeah.
Now to get to 12, and then once it's in there, we're always stuck around that. We're still trying to improve that a little bit. TikTok is much harder for us because we're a B2B company, but similar thing when we see, it's the opposite. We get a ton of likes in the beginning. That's a 10,000 view video. Like we know we're going to pass the buckets because view count is the first threshold and the next one's engagement. If all the likes are coming and they're obviously not if they're not bots, it could be wrong audience, but not bots, that will also skyrocket. So we post so much that we can now predict what virality looks like for us.
Yeah.
Now, most of the time, actually, I would say not, maybe all of them, every viral video we've done doesn't hit our target audience, which is very unfortunate. But we know how the algorithm works because of that.
Yeah. That's fascinating.
When it does go viral. So
yeah, it's interesting. What do you think the magic number is for how many times a week you should post?
I think it should be every day.
Really?
Yeah. If you're not posting every day, someone else is.
Yeah.
And social media is a numbers game. It's a data game. It eats data. So you have to feed it. It's the best way I can, really explain it. So if you're posting once in a while, boy, you better be famous because otherwise, how are you going to boost those engagement numbers up?
Yeah, very true. Interesting.
So
it's been a good chat.
Tea leaves of social media from a business end. So
I know.
Cool.
It's always
this was great.
It's fun.
Thanks,
and
Ann.
encouraging.
We'll talk next time.
Matt.
See ya.
See you later.